Professor Roger Kanton, thank you for being here. What are your initial assessments on 1 year of Mahama in his second term?
Okay, thank you, Bernard Avle, and also, welcome to my fellow panelists, and then also your brilliant students and others who are here, and your colleagues to join us to assess what His Excellency John Dramani Mahama have been able to achieve in his year one. First of all, I would like to say a little bit about what agriculture is, the essence, and then dovetail into what currently, where we were, and then what we are currently experiencing. Briefly, if you ask me to define agriculture, like I was taught agricultural science in one of the best schools in Africa, Navrango Secondary School, agriculture simply means the production of crops and animals. And animals is a larger, that is, we have got larger ruminants, cattle and others, smaller ruminants and all that you have. Now, when you come to where I come from, there is agricultural science. What does that mean? Agricultural science, simply put, is the application of scientific principles to agriculture with a view to enhancing production, productivity, profitability, and efficiency. Now, if you go back into history, the first enterprise or challenge our Creator God gave us when Adam and Eve deviated from what they were supposed, their primary goal in the Garden of Eden, they were told not to eat a forbidden fruit, which they, man is quite stubborn. They refuse and they eat. And for that matter, the punishment was that man will till the land. So agriculture is divine. It's something that as a result of disobedience, we were some sort of told that, look, if you disobey, this is what you get. Just like every responsible parent, if my son does wrong, there are punitive things he knows he will go through so as to keep him in line. So from there, we were moved to now come out and till the land. So it's the first profession or work that man had after creation. Then 3, I want us to look at agriculture beyond just food. When you talk of agriculture, people are just talking of chop, what you will go and eat and breakfast, lunch, and supper or dinner. But agriculture goes beyond that. In fact, livelihood is an agrarian issue. National security, huge, it has serious agricultural implications. During His Excellency John Ajekum Kufuor's first term, 2 governments in West Africa were overthrown within days because of price hikes of major staples of grain, specifically maize and then rice. Niger, his counterpart in Niger, was overthrown because the prices of broken rice had quadrupled and government became handicapped and there was nothing they could do. So government threw their hands into the air. And as you know, usually when there is confusion, those who have the power to control confusion are the military. So when you cause confusion, you are supporting the military to come in. So the military had to come in and then get him out. The following week, the Malian president, because of the same thing, because office du Niger, where their buffer stocks and their huge production or virtually also collapsed. So prices, in fact, the average Malian was priced out. They could not. So what do? And there is a saying that a hungry man is an angry person. So they will what? Also do whatever it takes. Then if you go even into the biblical story, yes, 2 Kings, where people that were deformed were kept outside the Israeli or the Jewish.
Prof, you have established the basis of agric and also the importance in livelihood. So I want you to move into the assessment.
Yes. So for the assessment, I will say agriculture, just like my brother said earlier, the economy, actually have what we call the drift effect. And by the drift effect, it means, carry over from the previous government, whatever have been done, certainly have implications for where John Mahama started. You recall in 2023, we encountered a dry spell, which was variable, even in the north, within districts and regions. The effects weren't uniform. You move from one location where the rains are not so bad to another few kilometers when the rains are quite good. So government was a little bit worried, and for that matter, they foresaw or anticipated there could be food shortages. So government have to make arrangements to bring in food so that they can make up for any losses that may come up. Now, the prices of food in Ghana currently are far lower, in fact, maize, far lower than the world global maize price. In fact, to be specific, in my own area, where I come from, I'm Mississauga, if you go to the Sisala area, where we are told we are the best producers of quality global maize, and that is a fact, by the immediate past minister, Honorable Dr. Brian Achampon. That is a fact, the evidence is there, you know. But a bag of maize, 100 kilograms, is selling at a paltry, in fact, it started 220 Ghana cedis. What is 220 Ghana cedis in dollar terms? It drifted up to around 250. As I talk today, you will be lucky to have maize to go for 280 Ghana cedis. It's still dangling between 240, 250 in Chumu, the Sala area, which is so bad. But then, in contrast, fertilizer, the best brand, a brand, that's Yara, was going for 550 to 590. So it tells you that you may need to sell 3 bags of maize
to get one bag of fertilizer,
which doesn't make sense. But people sit in Accra here and they are happy jumping. When I talk, they say, well, we want the food prices to be good so that we'll... What of the one who is producing that food?
So you want us to balance production with the livelihood of the farmer, so that there's an optimal price that people can afford, but can also give the farmer the livelihood to keep producing.
Of course.
So in your assessment of the government, food prices are too low for the farmer.
Exactly.
That's your first point.
Yes. Number 2, also even the market is not even assured. Even though farmers, I'm told there was a farmer who carried about 50 bags to Tumu to sell and couldn't even get the 280, so he had to carry them back. What a conundrum. The price is even not good. You suffer and bring it to a market area to sell, and you never get it sold.
So the market is also a problem.
In fact, it's the number 1 problem now.
So production is high, prices are low,
exactly.
Markets are not...
Virtually, we don't talk about market itself. You recall, in the eastern region, I think, was it in April, there was this MP who visited around, I've forgotten the name, was Afsina, for one of those communities, and they had a glut of tomatoes.
Asante Akim.
Asante Akim. The MP literally went on, I think he was having a tour of the constituency, and then stumbled upon that. And the MP plus the farmers, I saw it from your own channel, City, where the MP was virtually begging the president to try and intervene so that they will buy the produce. So if Sisala farmers, you have to call my MP to also come and beg John Mahama to get them to come and buy, and how often can he be doing that? So clearly it tells you that there is a very big problem when it comes to marketing, and that is the cracks.
So you've highlighted two main issues, the low prices and the lack of markets.
Yes.
Now,
then,
what's your third point? Because I want you to come to a conclusion around how you're assessing the agri sector in just 1 year.
Yes. In terms of research, it's another area which dovetails into production and to value addition. In terms of production, we do not have a problem because it has been proven for over a decade consistently that, take maize for example, unless of course there is a flood or a disease like we had the fall army when around, I think during the Akufo-Addo first time, we had some fall army, a strange worm that we've not had before. It's because it's not native to West Africa. And in fact, some farmers lost totally out. And that brought a little bit of a challenge. If not, we do not have problems, particularly with maize, right? But coming down back to the president, what he said he will do and what he has done, I think so far so good. Because the president has come out with the flagship project, that is Feed Ghana project, which I have here with me. And also the 24-hour economy, I have that with me here. If you look at it generally, 4 key things that they have pledged to do or planned or promised to do are on track. In fact, either have been initiated or they have even gone deeper into achieving
so
them.
mention those 4 for us quickly.
Yes. One is, they call it Nkoko Nkete. Under that project, the president promised to give about 11 million day-old chicks to farmers, ordinary farmers. In fact, they are targeting 500 farm households across all the 275 constituencies. As we talk, Ashanti region, they have Ashanti region and Bunu region, the project have started. They have delivered these to these farm households, whilst they are waiting that this year they will continue with the remaining.
So Nkoko is on track. What's the second one?
Then the second one also have to do with the farm banks, which the government talked about. And the farm banks, what the government, they say they want to do is they will go and acquire lands. You know, one of the challenges we have in this country, particularly if you belong to the youth or women, land is an issue. In fact, land tenure is one of the most debilitating things that this country has. And that's why some of us were asking, when Rawlings was the president, that was a very good opportunity to nationalize all lands so that they become state property, just like it has been done in Zimbabwe and other areas. And South Africa, I think that is quite very important.
So the farm banks, have they been done?
Well, they have started now. I'm told they have gone to some of the communities, the regions, talking to chiefs, opinion leaders, and the like. In fact, I just saw the Minister for Industries, Agribusiness, and Trade. She went to the Oti region and acquired 60,000 hectares of land for ginger production. That is fine.
Good.
And I'm told they have been able to map out potential places. And
let's do the third
also
point.
The third one has to do with sites for sites for farmer service centers, which is also very good. In fact, a champion's Operation Feed Yourself, that was the moving spirit that did everything. Under the farmer service company, service centers, it's a one-stop shop. In that case, we have right from seed, which is the #1 input in agriculture, through farm machinery, simple handheld tools, equipment, tractors, combine harvesters, extension services, storage facilities, and the like. That also they have identified those potential areas that they will be working on. And then the last was this mechanization centers also.
Wonderful.
The government promised 50 of them across the country. I'm told they have also been able to target those regions or districts that will come under that. I think that is also something we can say they have done well.
Thank you very much. So basically, the government has started well so far, so good on agriculture. The Feed Ghana, you think is a great plan, and you've mentioned the 4 things, including farm banks, farmer service centers, and mechanization, all seem to have started well.